Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I finally got my hair done, so I'm super blonde. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I feel like a new woman. But anyways, for today's video, I'm going to be doing a foundation first impression and wear test on the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir with jojoba oil. This is what this guy looks like. So if you would like to see a first impression and a 10-hour wear test, please keep watching. So as always, I'm just going to go ahead and put my hair back, put on some primer, and while my primers really sink into my skin, I will read you guys some information about this foundation. So this is my favorite, all-time favorite hydrating primer. It's literally the best hydrating primer I've ever tried. Like, I do have some that I like that I will use when I'm not using this, but this is like hands down my favorite. This is the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. It's basically like a moisturizer, but I love it, especially if my skin's feeling a little dry, and it is right now. I've been putting the Saint Tropez water mousse. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's like a water mousse self tanner. I've been putting that on my face and my neck and kind of like my chest, just so that way everything matches the rest of my body. Then I'm going to go on top of that with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Spray. Alright, so let's talk about the bottle. It is a drop foundation. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this kind of packaging, but if it's really good, like obviously if the foundation's really good, then I don't mind it. But it just says, oh, I have the shade medium to tan, so it might be a little dark. I'm not really sure. It says ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless, organic foundation elixir, improves appearance of skin tone and texture, delivers a silky second skin airbrushed dewy finish, which is right up my alley. It just says shake bottle before use, and that's about it. So I'll just give it a quick shake. But I do love how it's like a frosted glass container. I do like that. I got mine from Walmart, but it is available at Ulta, and there's more information on Ulta.com than there is Walmart.com. So I just went ahead and went to Ulta real quick. So this retails for $15.99, but you can get it cheaper at Walmart. Like almost every single kind of drugstore makeup is cheaper at Walmart. But this says right now at Ulta.com you can buy one, get one 50% off. On Ulta, this is rated almost 4 stars. This foundation also comes in 12 different shades. It says Physicians Formula Silk Foundation Elixir is an ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless organic foundation elixir that improves the appearance of skin tone and texture while delivering a sheer to buildable coverage. That would be good for like no makeup days, or sometimes I just don't want a lot of coverage. I just want like an all over, like I want it to even out my skin tone, so that's perfect. It says it has organic aloe vera, organic coconut oil, and botanical cactus flower to lock in moisture, improve the appearance of skin tone, and deliver a second skin airbrush dewy finish. And yeah, that's about it. So I've been like looking at the reviews lately on Ulta just to see what people are thinking. This one says it's her second time buying. She has combo oily skin, but she loves it. This one says, I was hoping this would be similar to the Healthy Foundation, which I love, but it's not. This has little to no coverage and just feels blah on my skin. And they also broke out after it, so that's great. But yeah, I just kind of like to look at the comments to see what people are thinking. So as always, I'm going to do one side with a damp sponge and then do the other side with a brush. I'm just going to shake it up. I figured if it's a little too dark, I can just use a lighter concealer and then we can kind of lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I think it might be a smidge. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand. I'll just kind of like rub off the applicator. Yeah, it is a little dark, but I think I'll be able to make it work. Okay, so now I have this damp beauty blender. I'm just gonna dip into that and then press it in. Oh, okay. I mean, to me it looks like it matches. I thought there was a scent to it. It doesn't really have a scent, like kind of, but not really. It does feel really lightweight so far. I am liking it with the sponge, but you know, like whenever you use a sponge, you always end up using way more product than you would if you were to use a brush. But sometimes, like, I just put a little bit more on my hands. Sometimes I feel like a sponge just looks better. Like, regardless if I have to use more product, sometimes foundation just looks better applied with a sponge. You know what I mean? And I feel like they were complaining about the coverage, but I feel like that's pretty decent for one layer, and with the sponge, mind you. I've been having trouble blending like on my cheeks lately, so I don't know if I just need to like exfoliate and then maybe like shave the little peach fuzz off my face. But yeah, it's been the last couple of weeks, it's been hard to like blend stuff on my cheeks, but I think that looks pretty good for one layer. Like, I would be 100% comfortable leaving it like this. So I'm gonna put, and this dropper is a joke, you guys. I literally am just dipping and then wiping it off onto the back of my hand. Like, not a lot's really coming out of the dropper, and then it's also kind of spilling out all over the sides, so it's kind of messy. Not kind of, it is messy. So alright, so for this side of my face, I'll just use this brush. I know, I'm sure you guys hate this brush because it's like the barrel came unglued or something, so it's really loud when I use it, but it's so good for foundation. Maybe I can just buy another one, but I'm just gonna wipe it off. Okay, so this is a Morphe Y7. Just gonna do the same thing, dip on the back of my hand, and then, ooh, okay, so since this is like a super, like, it's not like super liquidy to where it drips off the back of my hand, but it is like, what's the word I want? Because it's not like super thick, I feel like I don't have to like swirl. Like I can just, okay, I'm swirling. I feel like I don't have to like stipple like I do when I have like a thicker foundation. Like if I was going to use like the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation, it's super thick. So I feel like I have to like stipple, but because the consistency of this, I can swirl and it looks just fine. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so this is the side with the sponge. It's a smidge dewier than the side with the brush. Like I feel like the side with the brush looks a little bit more natural matte finish. This one just has like a, like I said, a smidge more kind of glow to it. So I'm happy with either. I guess just whatever I'm feeling that day. If I want more of like a matte natural finish, I'll use a brush. If I want more of like a little bit of glow, I'll use a sponge. So, and yeah, it does look airbrushed. To me, I love this. So I'm just going to take the rest on the back of my hand and just build it up in the areas that I need a little bit more coverage. Like I have a few breakouts right now on my chin, and then I usually need a little bit more coverage on my nose. So I'm just going to add a little bit. I don't know how many drops I ended up using because I just had to like wipe off product onto my hand like I showed you guys. So I don't really know how much I ended up using to get this, but I feel like this is definitely almost full coverage. So I guess I don't understand why that review said they couldn't get any coverage out of it. So I'm just going to look up close. Yeah, this is, I mean, to me, this is full coverage. Am I crazy? Or don't you guys think this is full coverage? Like to me, this is full coverage. Full coverage, but lightweight. It doesn't feel super heavy on the skin. I love how my skin looks. It really does look airbrushed. You guys know, like my nose hates me, so I try not to judge product on my nose too harshly because my nose doesn't like anything. Kind of like my baby. My baby hates everybody. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Oh, and then too, I forgot to tell you guys, if you're new here, I have pretty dry skin. In the summertime, my skin is pretty normal with a couple of dry patches. In the wintertime, I'm dry. So that's my skin typically. But like I said, right now, my skin's pretty normal with the exception of like the center of my face. I have some dry patches and some breakouts, but other than that, I don't really get terribly oily. Like I get a little oily on my forehead, but I think it's because I have bangs. or maybe it's a combination of a little bit of natural oils, but I think it's because my bangs like sit on my forehead. So this is what my skin looks like up close. I'm very happy with it. This looks amazing. And I don't think the color is too dark. Like, I think it looks really good. I haven't used this in a hot minute, so let's try this out. This is a Maybelline Master Conceal. This is in the shade Light Medium, so it's not like super light, but yeah, it's not super light, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm just gonna place this. I've been trying to avoid bringing my concealer down to the sides of my nose. Like, I used to do that all the time, but then I feel like it kind of cakes around my nose because there's too much product there. So I've been trying to avoid that, and then I've also been trying to avoid bringing my concealer like all the way down on my cheek, which is another thing that I typically do, but I'm trying to switch it up. It's like, it's nice because like with concealer and contouring, you can literally switch up the shape of your face, which is like my favorite, but I kind of just want to like play around and see what I think looks better. So I'm just gonna kind of let that concealer hang out for a second so that way it dries down a little bit so I get more coverage. But I don't really need a lot of coverage in the center of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and press that in with my damp beauty blender and then go ahead and do my nose and my forehead. This is such a good concealer. I always forget about it. I have this little acrylic drawer set right here on my desk, kind of like the ones back here. And then I put all my like older concealers that I need to use up in it so that way I can get to them, but I always forget. So now I'm going to use my Morphe E45 brush just to press in the concealer under my eye. Yeah, this concealer and foundation combo look really nice together. I have a little bit more concealer on the back of my hand, so I'm just going to pick it up with my brush and just kind of place it. I need more coverage like right here, so I'll just put that there, and then I'll swirl the excess off on my hand, and then I'll go back in and really press that in. And then I'll go over with my sponge down here because I want to pick up any extra product, and then I stopped going underneath my eyes with the sponge because then that takes away the concealer. So this is what my skin looks like with foundation and concealer. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to leave you guys for a quick second. I'm going to do a little bit of cream contour. I'm just going to cream contour my nose, my lips, and then fill in my eyebrows. And then that'll give the foundation and concealer a chance to kind of sink into the skin and set. And then I'll come back and then we'll apply some powder. Still working on the fluffy, feathery brows. I think this might be the best they've looked so far. This is probably like my 4th or 5th time trying the whole fluffy feathery brow trend, but yeah, I think this one is probably the best one so far. I say that, then I go back and edit this video and I'm like, I just wanted to touch my face. It actually doesn't feel all that sticky, but I am gonna go ahead and set at least like from here back, you know, with powder. I always set my neck because I don't want it to transfer onto my shirt. And then I always set my forehead because I don't like it when my bangs stick to my foundation. So to set my face, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade Medium, I think. So this has been like my go-to powder brush for a hot minute, right? This Morphe E1. It's super dense and it used to be like my favorite, but now I kind of feel like I need something a little bit more flimsy that I can do this with. So if you have any good recommendations for like a flimsy powder brush but still sets your face, let me know in the comments so I can pick that up. So I always just like tap into that and then I'll swirl it around in the cap. And then I'll start pressing it in. Like I said, like my cheeks have been like my trouble area lately for some reason. I've never had a problem blending my cheek makeup before. Not like that, but like I said, lately everything's been like really like muddy around there. So I don't know if I just need to like I said, like really exfoliate and shave maybe right there. But I need to do something. I do think though that if you are going to wear this foundation and you didn't want to set it, you could just use some cream products and not set it at all with powder and you would be just fine, which I'll probably do that more the more I use this foundation, because the foundation wasn't like super sticky without me setting it. I just wanted to set it. But I feel like if I, like I said, wanted to just do cream products for the day, I wouldn't have to worry about having like a sticky mess, you know what I mean? Alright, and then I have stopped setting my under eyes until I go in to apply mascara, and then I literally have only been setting like this area right here. I have stopped setting this area unless I'm using like a pigment or a glitter and I don't want it to like fall and stick to the concealer, then I will set my whole under eye. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys and finish up the rest of my makeup. So it is 12:44, so let's make 12:45 the call time, and then I'll be back to let you guys know everything that's on my face and let you guys see how everything looks on top of this foundation. I love this foundation. I love this foundation. I love this foundation. It looks so good. Everything on top of it went on nicely, and I don't feel like it pulled too much on my cheeks. Like how I was telling you guys, my cheeks have been getting like really muddy lately, but I'm gonna let you guys know everything on my face, and then I'll let you guys know like what I'm thinking. So I wanted to use a more like luminous type of bronzer, and the closest one to me was the Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. I just swirl kind of like the highlighter shade and the bronzer together, and then I apply it. So that's what I used for bronzer. And then for highlighter, I didn't want anything like too crazy today, so I just used the Dose of Colors Baked Highlighter in the shade Peach Glow. This is really pretty. It's one of those like you can make it look like a natural glow from within, or if you wanted to spray your brush or apply setting spray first and then go in, then you can like really make it pop. Then for blush, I used one of my favorites. This is Milani Coral Co. I love this shade. It's like the perfect peachy coral shade. For my eyes, I just did something super simple. So I just used my Kylie the Bronze palette. This palette typically just lives on my desk. So I just used the cream shade all over my lid. I took the orange shade and put it into my crease and also on my lid. And then I took a little bit of this kind of like reddish brown shade and just added just a smidge just to deepen it up a little bit. I took the same 3 shades for my lower lash line, and then I took the shimmery shade right here and used it as a brow highlight just a little bit because I didn't want anything too intense. And then I also used that same shade for my inner corner highlight. Then to finish up the eyes, instead of doing like a nude or a white in my waterline, I thought it'd be fun just to pop a little bit of orange in there, so I just used the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Puppy. Then I busted out the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise base. So I was planning on not wearing waterproof mascara today, and then I picked up the matching Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara, and then after I applied it, I was like, I wonder if that's waterproof, like because I always buy waterproof mascaras, and it is. So if I was going to just use a waterproof mascara, I wouldn't have even bothered to use the base, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm using these two on my eyes today. For lips, I just kept it pretty simple. I used one of my favorite lip liners. This is LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Sugar and Spice, and then I went on top of it with Maybelline Baddest Beige lipstick. This is like a Jaclyn Hill made me buy it, but it's beautiful, so I love it. Okay, so this has been my favorite, right? This Pixie Glow Mist. It's so dang good. And then my mister got all like messed up. Like, look at this. Like the nozzle is like crooked, and when I spray it, it just squirts like one hard squirt. It doesn't have that nice mist anymore. So if you know how to fix that, let me know. If not, I don't know how to save this unless I dump out another setting spray bottle that I don't really use and then pour this in there. I might actually end up doing that. I don't know, but I love this and I can't use it. So anyways, I busted this out. I think I used it for like a full face of first impressions, and I haven't touched it since, so I didn't really remember what I thought, but this is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray, and this is a dewy finish. The sprayer on this is nice. Like, it just feels like a light mist. I didn't go too overboard because I kind of like how this foundation is like a demi matte, I guess, finish, so I didn't want to like oil it up with the dewy setting mist, so I just went and that was about it. But I'm really happy with how everything looks. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see. Doesn't this look bomb? I love it. It looks so good. I swear, whenever I wear orange eyeshadow, my eyes look turquoise. It's the weirdest thing ever. Still working on getting used to these brows. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I will see you guys for my first check-in in about 4 hours, and I'll let you guys know how this foundation is holding up. Hey guys, so we have to do something a little different for my first check-in because I'm currently moving around this room. So I don't have my light or my camera or anything set up behind me, but I wanted to do a quick check-in so you guys could see my face. I did run out to get some more baby formula, so I did have a mask on, but it doesn't look like it rubbed off at all on my mask. I mean, my lip stuff is gone, but I mean, you know, it's kind of hard, but it looks so good. I was looking at it in the car mirror, and you know, that's like the biggest no-no. Never look at yourself in the car mirror because it makes everything look bad, but it actually didn't look bad. And I was like, I'm loving this foundation. Like, it looks like I just applied it. It still has like a matte kind of finish to it. I don't know, you guys, like, I haven't been this obsessed with a foundation in a while. I can probably tell you on one hand, like, how many foundations that I legit 150% like, and this is one of them. So I'm super happy with it so far. Do a quick close-up. I'm literally using my vanity mirror so I can use my back camera so that way you can like really see everything. So I'm staring at myself in the vanity mirror through the phone. So you guys, I'm a mess, but just wanted to give you a close-up of everything. I'm sure you guys are probably like, what in the heck is up with these check-ins? But I'm still moving stuff around in this room, so bear with me. But I wanted to check in on my regular camera that I film on, you know, because I wanted to give you guys like different, I guess, different perspectives on how this foundation looks. Last time I saw you guys was my first check-in. I think that was around 5 o'clock. Right now it is 9 o'clock, so this would be like my 8-hour check-in. So I do think I need to powder a little bit, but oh my gosh, this lighting is horrendous. But you can see it still looks really good. Like, I'm so happy with how everything looks. Everything, no complaints. I'm gonna look at a mirror up close. I'm literally sitting on the floor. Okay, so I definitely need to powder my forehead. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna powder my forehead and probably my chin. It did go in this laugh line right here. And then maybe next time I wear this, I need to do less product around my nose. Remember how I told you guys I was trying to avoid caking up product right here on the sides of my nose because it just doesn't look good, but I think I need to put a little less. And then I don't know what's going on lately, but the pores right here, like, these are where my bigger pores are that you can actually see. And like, for the last couple of times I've been doing my makeup, these have really been like sticking out. I don't know what's going on. So maybe I need to start putting like a pore filling or like a blurring primer like right here. But other than that, everything still looks really good. I guess I'm just gonna use this Too Faced powder. Well, I'm trying to keep it drugstore, so I'll use this Rimmel Stay Matte powder. You guys, if you haven't tried this, I literally was buying this before I even knew anything about makeup, so and I'm still buying it, so that means something, right? And I think it does come in a different shade. I could be wrong, but this is just the transparent shade, but I want to say it comes in different ones. Like, right, you can just see all the shine go away. Oh, it's so satisfying. And I think I'm gonna do my chin because I did eat and stuff, and like, I don't mind putting highlighter on my chin, but after a while I'm kind of like, I don't really like that. And then I am gonna powder a little bit right here. I only have 2 hours left for this foundation wear test, but I just want to see, because you know, like, sometimes when you powder, it could work on me anyways, and it'll just last and I won't have to powder again. But then other times it's like once I start powdering, I have to keep doing it on the hour every hour. It's kind of like when you're drinking and you go to the bathroom and then you have to go to the bathroom like every 10 minutes. It's like that. One more close-up of my skin. I'm still really happy with this. I'm like seriously gonna leave it on my desk and I'm gonna be wearing it until I'm sick of it. Until I do another foundation first impression and I like that one more, honestly. That's probably what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on this room, and I'll see you guys for my final check-in in about, I guess, about an hour and a half or so. Hey guys, so I'm here for my final check-in. It's 10:45, so I've had this foundation on for a full 10 hours, and wow, my lighting looks so yellow without my ring light. But anyways, I love this foundation. It didn't make me like any more oilier after I set it, so I feel like this would definitely be a long wearing foundation as long as you brought some powder with you. But seriously, I'm obsessed with it. I can't say enough good things. It's lightweight, it's full coverage. It does leave like a natural matte finish, like a satin matte, natural, I don't know, like a little bit of all three of those. Love. And then yeah, if you can find it and you can pick it up, I highly recommend it. It's going to be like my go-to foundation for the next few weeks. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this foundation first impression and 10-hour wear test on the Physicians Formula Silk Foundation Elixir, let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.